Yes, hello. And this is for English Seminar 4. I just wanted to record a quick message to you guys. I know it's COVID and it makes things difficult. Everything is online. I hope by now you've had a chance to go to the Moodle and look over the course requirements and figure out how things are going to operate. As you have probably been able to figure out, we're going to focus on reading. And I think that functions well, especially during this kind of lockdown situation. So, and I just want you to make sure, because I really do want everybody to be able to be prepared for their credit test and pass that credit test. And I just want to make sure that everything's clear and you guys kind of know, well, you know, what the goal of the class is. And so, like I said, we're focusing on reading. And, you know, usually when we think of English as a second language, we think of reading comprehension, which is important, which means you just understand the words and the text. But in this semester, that's important. But we also want to get to the point of interpretation and how you actually understand the meaning or the deeper meaning that's in the text, because very often in a complicated text, we have to interpret that text. We have to find a way to figure out what the author, what's this kind of secondary or deeper meaning that the author is getting to. Now, some of you may think, oh, that's just a waste of my time. Like, I don't want to do that because it's like, yeah, who cares? But this interpretation, we do all of our lives every day. You interpret your conversations and you infer meaning into them in the sense that your roommate, maybe says, I didn't do the dishes and I didn't have time. And you realize that the reason your roommate says that isn't because they didn't have the time, but that your roommate's mad at you really about something that you did the week before. So you're interpreting and understanding what your roommate said, like sort of underneath the words on top. You're interpreting and inferring a deeper meaning. And the more we're able to do that and do it like correctly, or I don't know if that's the right word, but do it efficiently, let's say, the better off we are, and it's helpful in navigating our way through relationships, and whether they be personal or private, because there's a lot of interpretation and language going on of how we interpret it in personal relationships and professional relationships. So this semester, and we're especially going to see that in one text where we talk about these sort of like, they're called like sort of a meta message. That's the message inside of the message. And it's going to explain some of that. But all of our texts, and they're not all difficult. What I want us to focus on is to not just read the text and know the facts of the text, but to be able to understand and interpret the text. So like there's a story from Ernest Hemingway we'll be reading, and you may have already read this story. It's called Hills Like White Elephants. It's like, well, what is this story really about? What's really happening there? It's never really spoken and said, they don't just come in and say their problems. They talk around their problems, which most of us do in our lives, in our relationships. So now, to help guide you along with that, there's a lesson plan in each unit. And there, if you go through and answer those questions, and kind of those questions should allow you to dig down deep into the text and help you come to some sort of interpretive understanding, or kind of a more thorough or deeper understanding of the text. So for example, there's a text about the man who goes for a hike, and it was turned into he gets trapped by a boulder, traps his arm, and he's in there for 72 hours. They made a film about it with James Franco. And in one level, it's just a film about an outdoor guy in Utah who gets trapped in a canyon, and he has to do something really difficult in order to survive. But it's also in another way, and this is very in the text, it's about rebirth and about when we have to face and go through difficult things, we can, the only way to improve or to come out in a way that to transform into something we never thought we could become, we have to leave something behind. All right. So that's something that's in the text, but it's not like said there in the text. So that's kind of what I want you to focus on. Your credit test is going to be similar to the one for seminar 3. I'm not going to try to trick you. Basically, the credit test is to test the fact that you have read the text, that you've interacted with the text. Now, the lesson plans, you don't need to send me those answers. Those are designed for you to be able to do that at home study. And, you're free to contact me anytime. I want to make that clear. If you're having trouble with something, really feel free to reach out to my email, and, we can arrange something, or if you'd like to have a meeting, we can do that, whether it be online or in my office at WeUp or whatever. So that's also an option. And so I want everyone, that my goal is that you'll be able to go through these reading materials and you'll be prepared for the credit test. So I just kind of wanted to send this out to you guys and touch base and, let you know that I'm out here, and I am available for any sort of help that you need and concerns. If something's not working on the Moodle or a link's down, contact me immediately and we'll figure it out. But that's it. And I'll be in touch again throughout the semester. So that's it. That's it for now. Adios.